Full court press with one that's going to talk about this Stephen A. LeBron James situation and just give my take on it, man. So let's hear one of Stephen A's most recent responses about this entire situation.
That was about him. Which was my point January 29th. It's been about you. I don't want to have a critical word about Bronny James at this stage of his career.
All right, so I'm going to stop it right there. First off, LeBron is the most criticized superstar, super athlete in the history of sports. Certainly in the modern era of sports. Obviously, you didn't have social media and stuff back there with Magic and Jordan and whatnot and Bird. But clearly the most hated athlete in the history of sports, particularly a high-level championship athlete that has no blemishes off the court. Not one blemish off the court. And he is the most hated. Now, it's always about LeBron, right? Because the entire story, the reason why you guys even spoke on it is because LeBron was at home watching League Pass and he just tweeted out or put on Instagram, oh, Bronny looks better than a lot of these guys, right? And, I mean, rational human beings say, you know, if you watch Bronny and you've watched his journey, hey, Bronny's got some talent. He plays good basketball. You know, he's not ready yet. It's going to take him some time. But this is his father, right? So he's projecting and he feels away. He feels like Bronny's playing better than these guys. So it is what it is. But you guys latch onto it because it's LeBron James. You guys latch onto it because you need ratings at first take. Stephen A needs ratings. You guys got to talk about stuff. So you can say you didn't want to talk about LeBron James, but when your boss says you got to talk about it, you follow directions. You follow your boss's directions. So why apologize now?
Completely agree with LeBron's agent and the head of Clutch Sports, Rich Paul. We don't always agree. As a matter of fact, most of the time we don't agree at all, but we talk, and I respect the hell out of him. And he made very valid points, and I want to emphasize, Rich is just class. And I got a lot of love for Rich because he's decent at his core, and he's going to call you and talk to you man to man. He would have never did what LeBron James did Thursday night. He never would have.
So now Stephen A. is actually playing a victim in this situation, right? Which is hilarious because you got people that are saying, oh, LeBron should have done that. LeBron has been getting crapped on. People have been talking. He's been being criticized since he was 16 years old, man. He is 40 years old. He's been getting criticized heavily, hated on heavily since he was 16 years old. Of just criticism. The first time he steps up and has a conversation with somebody, people act like he's attacking this dude. And it's got to a point where it's just like, bro, like just stop all the nonsense, man. If you don't like LeBron James because of his politics, if you don't like LeBron James because of his ideas about foreign policy and Nike and all that, if you don't like LeBron James because of the color of his skin, because of his family, if you don't like LeBron James because he took a job in another state to elevate himself and elevate his family and his loved ones, then just say that, man. It's okay. It's okay to just be open with your hate. Don't try to hide your hate and act like it's something else. Just be real. Why can't people just be real? Especially in today's world, especially in the country that we live in now. Just be out in the open about your hate. It's okay, man.
But that's neither here nor there. But Rich Paul made a point that Bronny should be contextualized and presented better. I agree with him on that. There's plenty of dudes in the NBA and who have been in the NBA over the years that have been drafted in the second round who struggle initially before getting their bearing.
But I don't understand how you say that when you've already talked about it multiple times as a 55th pick, averaging 1.4 points a game. You've created that. You are the head of the snake. ESPN is the head of the snake. They've put you up to speak on Bronny James. We're not going to talk about the top two picks who are both averaging under 12 points a game. We're not going to talk about that. We're going to go talk about the 55th pick who's averaging 1.4 a game, 22 points in the G League, balling out. And we're going to make that a story just because he's LeBron James' son. Just because LeBron James said he could be better than some of the guys in the league right now. We're going to make that a story, but we're not going to focus on the top two picks that are averaging under 14 points a game. Right? Okay.
Under them and ultimately elevating their level of play. He is absolutely right. The reason why it's different for Bronny as opposed to others is because he's LeBron James' son.
No. Bronny did not ask to be LeBron James' son. How is it different? It's different for you and the networks because you know the clicks and the attention that it gets. You guys are responsible for what you put out, the content that you put out, what you talk about day in and day out on the show, and the programming. That is ESPN, that is First Take, that is Stephen A. Smith, Fox, whatever other network, whatever other talking head clowns want to talk about. That's y'all's responsibility. Bronny James, it's a non-story as a 55th pick in the draft. Sure, we root for him. Sure, we're happy when we see him get buckets. But we're not saying he's going to lead the Lakers to a championship. We're not saying he's the sixth man of the year. But y'all are acting like people really believe that and we're putting that out there. The masses were never putting that out there. LeBron never even put that out there. Y'all, Joe, just want to put out the negativity because your expectations weren't high for him anyways. Y'all expectations were higher than the expectations of the people that were actually rooting for Bronny. So be it that he didn't even reach your expectations for him, which were low, now we got to get on the negativity train for clicks. And because obviously he's LeBron's son, right?
NIL deals, the 4-year, $8 million contract, all of these other things that come with it that doesn't happen for the average 55th pick overall.
Those are all lies. Those are all lies. He said NIL. We know everybody's getting, all the top players in college are getting NIL right now. And, $4 million for whatever, like the $8 million for, check this video out.
Bronny James' stats and contract to all the players the Lakers passed up on in order to take LeBron's son. Because the media is saying they wasted a draft pick and gave him money a second rounder normally doesn't get. But that doesn't appear to be the case at all. Remember in a previous video I compared him to the other three guys drafted after him, the final four picks in the draft? NBA stats here in yellow, all pretty similar. It's not like they miss out on the next Jokic. G League stats, Bronny, 22, 5, and 5, kind of cooking. The other guys, 9.6, 4 rebounds to assists. Orich, 8 points, 9 rebounds, and then Ariel Hukpoti, 7.7 boards. Statistically, it appears this was the correct pick. So the comments said, yeah, but look at his contract. It's nepotism. He got this 4-year, $7.895 million contract. Let's look at the other second-round picks who signed contracts. I see a lot of these 4-year, $7.895 million. Oh, it's just the standard second-round pick exception this year. I haven't heard anyone complain about Cameron Christie getting 4 years, $7.895 million. Yeah, but Bronny was drafted 9 picks after him. That's nepotism. All right, let's go to the previous year's draft, 57 and 58, the last 2 picks in the draft. Look what they got, 4 years, $7.639 million. They were drafted later than Bronny. They got the standard second-round pick money last year. Haven't heard anybody complain about these 2 names. So Bronny's NBA stats are on par with a late 50s pick. His G League stats are better than the other late 50 picks. And his contract, the nepotism, it's on par with other second-round late 50s picks. They drafted him 4th from last. Who did you want them to take in that spot instead?
And this is what I'm talking about, bro. Like, these people are liars, man. They just be talking. They just be talking. And I'm not watching no more Stephen A. I'm not watching this no more. This is what I'm going to say, though. You will never see Stephen A. Smith, ESPN, do a segment-by-segment thing of NFL, college football coaches, and nepotism with their sons, getting their sons football jobs, being on the same staff as their sons. Happens in the NBA as well. People in the NBA like Kobe Carl, Austin Rivers actually went on to have a long NBA career. You will never hear these things. You will never hear them break down all the nepotism with these football coaches of various ethnicities that put on people in their family and mainly their sons. Get them jobs, get on the same staffs as them. You will not hear it. I wonder why. I wonder why ESPN, I wonder why Michelle Beadle never talks about that. I wonder why. These are things people will never talk about. I will only talk about these things. For some reason, this is the only nepotism situation. This is only, it was unfair that he got all that money. Bro, everybody got the same amount of money. But nobody's going to break it down. Only very few people on the internet will break it down. And they will hate. They will continue to hate on LeBron James. They will continue to hate on Bronny James. LeBron breaks records and shit. It's like, bro, it's seldom that you even hear positivity about LeBron James in the news. He breaks a record. The first thing, the only reason why he broke that record was because it's 500 more games than this guy. Bro, it's like when Michael Phelps got all those gold medals, people are saying, the only reason why I did this is because, he was younger and he did it in this time and, he had various Olympics and it was a different type of... In baseball, Ohtani breaks the record, first one to ever do it. People say, the only reason why he did that is because da-da-da. No, people just sit back and they appreciate greatness. But when it comes to LeBron James, for some reason, man, I wonder why. For some reason, everything that has to do with LeBron is just it has to be questioned. It has to be challenged. Not the same thing with his son. It has to be questioned. It has to be challenged. It has to be looked at. It has to be examined. It's just a joke, man. And I just want to speak on it. Like, these people are out here lying, bro. And now Stephen A. Smith and people on the internet, bigots on the internet, are sitting here talking about, that was really messed up. Why did he have to attack Stephen A. Smith? Bro, y'all act like he fought Stephen A. Smith, man. He had a conversation with the dude for 5 seconds. And with everybody in the world looking at him. And the big athlete almost attacked the small reporter. And LeBron is a monster again, right? Yeah, okay, yeah. We know why, bro. Please just say why you hate this family and hate LeBron James, bro. Please just say it, man. But that's all I want to talk about. Full court press, man. I want to talk about a little drama in the sports world. Just a joke how much hate and, people, it's just a lot of disingenuous people, man, with their opinions about LeBron James, his family, and the things that he does and what he's done for the sport of basketball. So just wanted to talk about that. Appreciate you guys. If you liked the video, like and subscribe. Thank you so much. We out.